Jerry.
Oh, good morning, Amanda. Boy, it's nice and foggy out there this morning. But
sure is.
You know, if you had watergrass or crabgrass and you're putting on granule, what a beautiful morning because the grass is nice and wet. But anyway, we've got some emails to get to, and
absolutely,
it's going to be another fine weekend. It's beautiful out.
Great. Well, let's get to email number 1 from Tim in Ames.
Yes.
I have a vast perennial garden. I have to go visit him.
I bet it's beautiful.
When should I trim and deadhead?
Well, I tell you what, deadheading, of course, the time to do it is when the bloom is spent. And I've got a couple nice clippers, tools, if you want. Now, this would be more for a stemmy type deadheading.
Yeah.
This, I love scissors.
Those are drawer scissors for cutting paper.
Oh, yeah, just get down in there.
Them?
I deadhead my Gerber daisies already this morning that aren't looking very nice or spent. So that's when you should deadhead those. Add some Miracle-Gro to them, you know, on a regular basis. Every 4 to 7 days, I've got ladies that tell me, Jerry, I give them a little Miracle-Gro every day. And that's great. They're so proud of their plants. But deadhead them when they're spent, when they're done, and use a couple tools just like that.
All right, very good. And we have Jill in West Des Moines. I have earwigs in my garden. What should I do?
Oh, them earwigs, them little creepy crawlies. You know, they really don't eat wood or don't really invade the house or what have you. But use the Ortho lawn and garden spray. If you move deck plants, you know, on the deck, they'll go this way, that way. They're under the crawl space, so if you can get under the deck, you can spray there. But use the Ortho Weed B Gon Max lawn and garden spray. Easily hooks right up to the hose. It's right here in front of us. And of course, that product, when it's out. Dispose of it properly. And what a great, effective product for earwigs.
All right, excellent. Well, Teresa from Des Moines wants to know how she should maintain her patio potted plants.
Well, the patio potted plants right now are all looking beautiful. Some are probably getting a little tired. I want her to use Miracle-Gro every 4 to 7 days. And like I just mentioned, some people go ahead and use a little bit of it every time they water. I had a doctor this week come in and say, we Miracle-Gro our plants every day. And, you know, I witnessed those plants. They're gorgeous. So Miracle-Gro works wonderful.
Jerry, we were just showing some of the plants in front here. You have a deal at Hy-Vee this week?
Well, you know, we do have some mums on sale. 4-inch mums, we got 10 for $15. Look at these gorgeous things. That new kind of celosia. And of course, the Hardy Fall mums. Hy-Vee is loaded with these right now. And now's the time to go with Hardy mums clear in past pumpkin time. What
Excellent.
A gorgeous type of plant to fill in with.
I love mums. All right,
Yes.
Deborah from Ankeny wants to know, I have trees and bushes in my yard that have shoots growing up around them. I've been cutting off the shoots at the roots for several years, but they keep coming back. How can I stop the shoots from harming the tree?
Well, I hope there's live tree up above, and that's fine. She's just getting some sucker growth down around the base. I would get out the poison ivy brush, Tough Control, and mix that up according to directions. Brush it on very selectively because this will kill grass or any other flowers around. So you got to be real careful with that. But that's kind of a common problem on flowering crabs, maybe a willow or what have you, okay?
Oh, very good. All right, Linda from Webster City. Jerry, should I put lime on the garden soil before planting to sweeten the soil?
Well, good morning, Linda, up there in Webster City. Yes, lime is wonderful for gardens. It's also recommended for yards. You know, farmers put it on the crops in the fall to get ready for spring, but they might want to take a soil sample test. That can be sent to Iowa State University, and they get a nice reading back in the mail. They do charge for that. And then apply a certain amount of lime on there. It'll tell them what their pH is. And we can even help them at Hy-Vee and give them recommendations as to how much. But it's usually 40 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So you just take the width times the length and you got it.
What a nice resource, too.
Yep, yes.
Linda from Webster City this morning. I have 6 tomato plants and 4 pepper plants in a small vegetable garden in my yard. When we planted them this year, we put down a black weed control blanket and covered it with cypress mulch. Now our garden isn't doing very well.
Well, I'm telling you, it's probably, you know, it just depends upon whether it, I would use, probably she's got she probably needs some Funginel. I don't know if that was explained just right, but I got a feeling she's got blight and she needs some calcium, which is called NutriCal at the Hy-Vee stores, or she might need to use Funginel, which will take care of blight. But if she's got a lot of yellow leaves at the bottom, those need to be removed and taken away from the property like in the trash.
Okay, very good. And we have time for one more?
You got time?
Yeah, let's do it. Karen from Redfield. Well, you're going to have to tell me how to pronounce that, Jerry.
Sansevieria.
All right.
Sansevieria.
I have Sansevieria houseplant that was my mother's, so it's around 40 years old. It's never been repotted, and the leaves are mostly lying down instead of standing up. I'm afraid to report something this old and sentimental for fear, or repot something sentimental and old for fear that it'll die from shock. What's the best way to do it?
Well,
and here's a picture. She sent a picture.
Okay, the Sansevieria, there it is, a nice, gorgeous pot, probably has a lot of sentimental value. Go ahead and take your pruner and trim it off. That's already going down. She can actually get some root tone powder, which is good for propagating. And she can dip it in that and then put it over in vermiculite, perlite, or some good old Hy-Vee Miracle Grow moisture control soil and start new plants. But just take those off, continue to water them. Don't overwater because it's kind of on the succulent side. But that Sansevieria is a great plant. A lot of people relate to a mother-in-law's tongue. That's how they'll relate to that, but it's actually Sansevieria. If you go online, it'll give you a whole description of what to do and what it's all about.
All right, and you can use either one of those to...
Well, yeah, you can use this pruner to take off those, of course, I call them limbs, branches, foliage, excessive. Get it out of there.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Well, if you have a gardening or growing question, drop Jerry an email. Go to Hy-Vee.com, click on the Get Growing logo. He's going to be back next week to answer more of your questions.
Have a great weekend.